Are you waiting to not be afraid anymore to do something about changing your life for the better? There's a problem with that, and it's that probably isn't going to happen. I mean, it might, but it really wastes a lot of time too, waiting to not be afraid. Or to just take the signal, oh, this is scary, so I shouldn't do it at all, like ever. Let's just take those dreams, those thoughts, and put them way back in the background, drown them out with other things that are going on in my life that I don't really like so much, but I'm going to concentrate on those things, make those things really important to me, stay busy, whatever, and just not think about it. It's a lot of wasted time.
Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out.
Trying is a good thing. Failing is a good thing. You learn. Now, some things are, of course, rightfully so, very scary. Very scary financially, very scary emotionally. And you put yourself out there, basically, with this thing that is very important to you, that is very scary, whether you're good at it or not. What I'm trying to say is, you just need to do it afraid, okay? I think that's what a lot of people who finally take the steps they need to take to get to where they want to be in life, or to become who they want to be in life, to better their lives in any way, is to go ahead and do it afraid. The fear can still be there, and you can still go ahead and do what you need to do. Now, does this mean we have to take a big leap? You know, we're here, and we need to be here. Does that mean we need to just take this big leap like this? No. No, you don't have to, throw away years of savings or, leave your family or any of that to get closer to the life you want. Baby steps, okay? One step at a time. Okay, if I take a class in how to use a camera, and that's something that's toward the goal that I'm going for. And yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to people who may not even know how to do the thing they want to do. And they may need to take a class or two, or get some advice from somewhere, or, just seek some information, Google it, whatever you need to do to learn what you need to learn about whatever your heart desires. So you take that class, you start with that. It's a baby step. And then you take the next step, and the next step, and the next step. And maybe it's a while before you can even afford a really nice camera. And that's okay. You don't even have to start, you don't have to start out with the best. You just need to start out with what you have, or something cheap, and learn the basics. It'll be less daunting to your fears, just taking little steps at a time. It's just a photography class. We all have our challenges, we all have things that life hands us, and we're not all born on a level playing field. Having said that, though, I do think that the majority of people keep themselves stuck. with thoughts that are up here, the fears they have, the what ifs, the negative what ifs. There can be positive what ifs. What if I become really good at photography? What if this works out? What if I even get part of my dream fulfilled? What if I get all of my dreams fulfilled? What might be occurring to you right now as you're thinking about the possibilities of what you could start with, you're realizing that you can do this thing, like taking a photography class. You could do that right now. You don't have to wait at all. There's nothing to wait for. You can do it right now. You can start something that goes toward your dream right now. And that might feel a little scary. But again, I say, it's just a photography class. It's just one little baby step. It's nothing to be afraid of. And who are you doing this for? I hope you're doing this for you. Okay, I hope this dream you have is truly your own and not someone else's. I hope it's not an expectation that someone else has put on you. I hope this is something that comes from your heart and your own mind as something you want. Maybe it's something you've always wanted, or maybe it's something, maybe that's changed and you want something else. Maybe what you thought you always wanted, you don't want anymore. Maybe you had that and you're like, oh. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck. Just because you thought something was going to be a certain way and then you're like, yeah, no, it's not really that way, or I don't enjoy this like I thought I would, or I don't enjoy it anymore. That's okay. You don't have to stick to it. You can move on to something else. And it doesn't have to mean a sudden life change necessarily. If you don't have the means or even the logistics to do that, that's fine. Most people don't. I'm talking about making a small change that's meant to lead to other small changes that eventually become a big change. I've made a lot of small steps in the last 3 or 4 years. I always hoped I'd be standing here telling a happy story about how my life has changed significantly. And I am here. And I'm not done yet. I have some other goals. I'm really just getting started. I'm in a really good place right now. And I feel like now that I'm in this really good place, I have even more hope for the future. Because when things were not so great, I was low. But I eventually started taking the small steps because I didn't want to stay there. And that's what I'm here to communicate with you, that you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay in the low spot. There is something you can do about it. Do it afraid. Just take a little step, then another, and then another. And eventually, the fear will dissipate, and you will be in a better place, in a better mindset, and closer to your overall goal. I'm Christy with This is positive exploration, and I will see you next time.